Hello and welcome back to Manager Snippets. This time over, we are touching upon $1 million question that is there in every manager's mind, whether to micromanage or macromanage. Before getting into this, let us analyze the two leadership styles we must have heard a lot about in our studies and in our classrooms. The one leadership style is the task oriented leadership style, and the other one is the relationship oriented leadership style. Now, if you ask me, somebody who is a task oriented leader is a task oriented leader not because he wanted to be a task oriented leader, but inherently his nature is that. Mostly these people are slightly having a bully behavior. Okay, so we have seen people with bully behaviors or dominant personalities. These are the people who are task oriented leaders. And it is not done because they wanted to be task oriented. They are like that. Relationship oriented leaders are the ones who are more, if you go back to your classrooms in college or in school, you have seen people who are bullies, dominant people. You have seen relationship oriented, friendly people. So, this relationship oriented management is also done by people who are inherently relationship oriented. Okay, so now can a task oriented leader become relationship oriented? And the other way around also, that is, relationship oriented leader, can he become a task oriented leader? It can be done, but it does not come naturally, right? It has to be orchestrated. So this is where you see every manager has to orchestrate or manipulate or even make things happen in a artificial way. Uh, so that is the leadership style, because there is no one leadership style that suits all. Okay, there is nothing like a fit for all leadership style. It depends on the person. It depends on the the conditions. It depends on the market conditions. All things affects the leadership style. So a task-oriented person always has a tendency to be task-oriented, which may not work all the time. Because if you see task-oriented people, the people under him will have a big attrition level. So you don't see people sticking around to such leaders for a long time, and he has to live with this attrition, high attrition. Whereas the relationship-oriented leaders have people sticking around with them for a long time. He ensures longevity of tenures of people. So that is the advantage of relationship oriented. But nothing is good, nothing is bad. It has to be a mix and match. So it is easier said than done again, because it does not come originally. The other leadership style does not come originally to the uh, original leadership style. Okay. Now coming back to micromanagement or macromanagement, if you see task-oriented leaders, they all believe in micromanagement. They are basically having this bully behavior, dominant behavior. They want everything to be done their way, okay, their way or the highway kind of attitude. So this micromanagement you can see associated with task-oriented people, whereas macro management you see associated with relationship-oriented people. And relationship-oriented people have a tendency to trust people, other people. So that's a big quality, because you have to trust people. You cannot do everything alone, and neither you can micromanage. If you grow high in the ladder, the corporate ladder, you cannot afford to do micromanagement. So you have to get into relationship orientation and then macro management at some point of time. And it comes naturally for the relationship oriented leaders who macro manage from the very beginning itself, because they trust people and they give elbow space to everyone. So this is a better management style in the long term. Task oriented leadership or micro management will not, it cannot sustain in the long run, because somewhere around you can find people going away, a lot of friction. So this is not good for the team spirit. And again, micromanagement and macro management also, suits the situation. It depends on the situation, wherein if something needs to be done on an emergency basis, for example, if there is a firefighting case going on an emergency basis, or a humanitarian crisis happening, here the task oriented leadership or micromanagement works. because you cannot trust on everyone, and you cannot afford to take a chance at all. So this is where micromanagement or task-oriented leadership comes into the play, wherein the time is limited, it's an urgent emergency, and you have to deliver against the odds. Here, the task-oriented leadership and micromanagement is effective. Whereas in the long run, or the goals which has a long gestation period, here macro-management or relationship-oriented leadership works. So the bottom line of this episode is every situation has its own leadership styles, but you can always generalize the way I have explained earlier. Thank you so much.